The people for this worship service, the theme was hungering and thirsting after God. And the people were breaking a fast when they came into the auditorium. They had been on a several-day fast. And they smelled baking bread when they walked into the room. The entry table had sand pouring out of glasses to signify thirst. And on the big screen in the auditorium was the theme, hungering and thirsting after God. Throughout the auditorium, there were small monitors looping fast food commercials. Just the video, not the audio, throughout the service.
Far more hunger means more food in McDonald's than we experience hunger means for God. And the question should be, why?
The pastor does a sermon segment. They have some songs. They had some art up on the big screen, and while they were projecting it, they had some original poetry written for the occasion, coming from the back of the auditorium. They sang more songs. Another sermon segment.
You can take a look at every single hunger and thirst drive that we have. And one of the things that you find out, is the very thing that our media capitalizes on, is they are never satisfied.
And then the service reached a climax with communion as the people walked from their seat and broke their fast by taking communion. There, it's working.
Rolling river God, little stones are smooth. Only was the water passes through.
I want you to notice how elegant this song is, and you see how that looks like a waterfall behind them, what they did with the lights there. So they've gone from this very energetic band sound to the elegance of a single voice playing the piano and playing these beautiful instruments. They do more songs, and then they give the invitation. And the invitation is they built this big pool, their Kaleidoscope team did, and they had votive candles that people could come and light. And then as they lit the candles, they actually touched the waters. They released it there as they were offering their prayers to God. They had more songs, a scripture reading, a commissioning, and a dismissal. All of this is built around the theme of hungering and thirsting for God. Now, do you see the contrast between this and a linear approach? This is not novelty for novelty's sake. Everything there, the multi-sensory connection with the theme, from the smelling to the hunger pains that they felt as they walked in there from their fast, to seeing the fast food commercials looping through the small monitors throughout the auditorium, to hearing the pastor talk about hungering and thirsting, applying the physical need to the spiritual hungering and thirsting that we have, to listening to the songs that have to do with water or about hungering. It all just connected together. It was not linear in the sense of one thing leading to the other. It was clustered. It was all of these things reinforcing everything else that was happening. The one thing that they were talking about, whether they were singing, reading poetry, doing art, was hungering and thirsting for God. Something that everyone in that audience had a feel for. And could you imagine the release when they took that and the elder said, "This is my body which is broken for you." And they took that bread. They smelled the bread. They took the bread. They ate the bread. And they broke their fast with communion.